Move that out of the way. Live now. Give me 1 second, everybody. Hold tight. Just hold tight. Bear with me. Live now. And then let me mute that. Give me 1 second. Cool. Alright, so now I can see the YouTube chat, and we are golden. Plus, I obviously can see what's going on in Instagram, so chat it up as well there. Asia Mariah is in YouTube. Ted's in YouTube. Mike Shreedman's in YouTube. Okay, good to see you all. Good to see you all. All right, so let me back up and give this a little context and a little description of what's going on. First and foremost, welcome. My name is Mario Armstrong. This is the Build Your Dream series. Every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time, 8 a.m. LA, 2 a.m. in Australia for all our Australia peeps, 4 p.m. in London, 8:30 p.m. in India. For all of you that are watching and are participating in this, we appreciate your energy. This is the Build Your Dream series. I'm doing it every single day at 11 a.m. Eastern Time on all platforms to help you during this transition, to help you really be proactive, take offense, and give you the tips, the proven techniques that you can use right now, and the advice that's going to help you actually grow in this down moment. We are going to take a growth mindset approach to this right now. I'll also be inviting guest speakers coming on. So this is every single day going live to help give you the information that can really help you build your dream, help you make the right next move. Sometimes we just get so overwhelmed by everything that's happening around us and the chaos and the confusion and the uncertainty. And uncertainty creates worry. And worry creates fear. Fear creates panic. There are two extremes in any chaotic situation. You either run for the hills and you retreat, you play defense, and then there's no action, you wait. Or you go offense and you create and you become productive and you make action. And this is the standpoint, the perspective that I want you to take in this time. It is what it is. So you can't control what you can't control. And since you can't control what you can't control, it is what it is. So you have to be able to understand you can only control your process. You can't control external factors at all. Period. End of story. You can't do it. So with that being said, I want to invite you to this session. This is a global thing. We're all starting at zero, and this is an opportunity for us to actually grow. So the format's going to be this. I'm going to do a lesson every single day on a very specific theme for about 10 to 15 minutes, and then I'm going to take your Q&A for any questions that you may have, and then we're going to hop off because I want everybody to get to work and to get to doing what they need to do. And this series was really done as a way to really assist you in this really tough time. And we take it serious. I'm not doing this for any other reason other than to try to help give you practical advice that can help you move your dream forward. For those of you that do not know me, my name is Mario Armstrong. I'm an Emmy winner and the host and creator of the Never Settle Show. And I also have a podcast called Wake Up and Level Up. And I'm an NBC Today Show contributor. And my whole purpose in life is to help people never settle and to pursue their dreams. And so the Never Settle Show is a big production. It actually launches tomorrow. The new official season of the Never Settle Show is on YouTube. So make sure you go to youtube.com/Never Settle Network, youtube.com/Never Settle Network. All right. And if you're in IG, pay attention to Trinity Scribes. Trinity Scribes on IG is our moderator. She'll be making sure that she's filling you in with all the URLs, asking you for questions, making sure that your comments are being seen. So I salute you, Trinity, for doing that. All right, let's get into the first thing before we get into the lesson. The lesson today is to teach you how to create your very own personal mission statement. That's today's lesson. Today is all about teaching you how to create a personal mission statement. And the reason why is because when there is disruption, like we have right now, often appears direction. Let me say that again. When there is disruption, often appears direction. Direction comes from disruption. If you're willing to recognize that a disrupt can provide something useful. If a disrupt only creates more angst in your life, you only see more chaos in your life, you only see more challenges in your life, you will continue to feel that subconsciously, consciously. You'll act it out. You'll talk on your phone. It's so tough, right? Everything is such a challenge, right? Oh, I hope I don't get it. Oh, I wonder what's going to happen when our money runs out. Oh, I wonder this, I wonder that. Everything is in future thought right now. So many people are worrying about what they can't even begin to control. Do you know that 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings? 57% of Americans have less than $1,000 in savings. That means stop worrying. Everybody knows that everybody's broke. Everybody knows that this is like a long-term thing. So how can you be smart about your finances? That's a different theme that we'll talk about. But how can you not allow these things that are facts get in the way for you being productive in this time? You have more downtime in your life than you've ever had before. You have more things that you've been wanting to do with your life and have never had the time to do them. Honestly, think about that for a second. Think about that for a second. You have had so many dreams, so many hobbies, interests, false starts, things that you wanted to make happen and couldn't because of time, obligations, family, duties, work. And now you have the most precious commodity that you cannot purchase. Do you hear what I'm saying? You have the most precious commodity that you cannot purchase. You can't buy time. So you won't get this back. You know, CEO Nicole said something to me this morning. She's like, we're going to work, we're going to help people, we're going to be productive, but we're also going to enjoy this time because we're not going to get this time back. We want to be able to do things with Christopher that's different during this time. We want to enjoy. So we're not just going to be plowing ahead, working all day long just because we can. No, we have routines, we got a schedule, and we're inserting fun. No, not just trying to get by. We're scheduling fun. So I really want you to have this mindset as I begin to teach you how you're going to create your personal mission statement. And the reason why we're starting today with creating your personal mission statement is because that's going to give you the clarity to get your dream built, to get your next right moves. So you'll see how this all comes together really quickly. But before we go there are 3 P's that I want to go over. The 3 P's to get you in the mind state for creating your personal mission statement. P number 1, we already kind of touched on it, perception. What is your perception? I need you to start to change your vocabulary. No longer will you say, this is a challenging time. No longer do you get on the phone and tell people this is challenging. You don't say that anymore. You're going to say, I'm embracing the change. I'm embracing the change. I'm learning to be comfortable being uncomfortable. I'm learning to be flexible. We have to change the words. Now more than ever, the perspective is so important. How many of you are really having a tough time dealing with your thoughts? How many of you, honestly, put your hands in the chat. Let me know. How many of you got a lot of thoughts running right now because you're not distracted? You don't have your daily commute. You're not running around running a bunch of errands. You don't have a bunch of busyness in your life distracting you from your thoughts. Now, you're kind of forced to deal with your thoughts. And when you deal with your thoughts, if you aren't taking care of your thoughts, it's going to put you in a really tough state in this type of environment. So many people are struggling, and I respect that and understand that. And that's why I'm trying to help you get away from that. I mean, vocabulary really matters so much more right now than any other time. Like it just does. I mean, because we're listening to ourselves more than we're talking to ourselves. Like if you listen to yourself more than you talk to yourself, that is a slippery slope. Hear what I'm saying? Listen to what I'm saying. I don't want you listening to yourself. That's where the self-doubt comes in. That's where the worry comes in. That's where the questions come in. That's where you don't act. What I want you to do is talk to yourself. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's where I'm going to take a step. Here's the thing I'm going to make. Here's what I'm going to create. Here's the hobby I'm going to revisit. Here's the educational program I'm going to go take. Here are the skills I need to bone up right now on. Here are the top 10 TED Talks I'm going to watch. You see what I'm getting at? All right, so first thing is perspective. So I want you to remove this filter of doom and gloom and look at this time as opportunity. Yes, I said it. Look at this time as opportunity. The second P is patience. This will take us time. This is not going to go away. So stop thinking this is going to leave in 2 weeks. Stop thinking, oh, I can't wait when things just get back to normal. This is the new normal. The faster that you can accept that and the faster that you can have patience. You can't control what you can't control. Have patience. Be flexible. Be open. Have a structure. And you'll get through this a lot easier. And then the third P is purpose. And this is the biggest P of all. Because if you don't have purpose right now, then you're just watching TV all day. Or you're listening to the news. Or you're surfing Instagram. Or you're just on social media. Or you're, on the phone just chatting away. If you don't have a purpose right now, you don't have drive. And then you don't have clarity. So this personal mission statement is the first step to get you to getting to your purpose so that you now have a North Star. You now have a charge, a reason, something that is defining why you're waking up and what you're going to do with that day. So those are the 3 Ps. You got perspective, patience, purpose. You need those 3 Ps in order to create your personal mission statement. So let's get to that. All right, because I want you all double down on tomorrow. Like, this is the time to double down. Do you know, I just said to my son, I was just talking to him yesterday, I was like, this is the most epic moment ever that you can get in front of people that you would love to get advice from. Think about that for a second. Like, this is the most epic moment ever. This is the most epic moment ever where you can reach people and more than likely they will respond. You got to reach out to a lot of them, but more than likely they will respond. So anyway, we put together a pitch for him, and it's just a highlight of how you can be proactive in this time and how you can be proactive in these moments is the point that I'm making. So let's make your personal mission statement. You all ready? Instagram, you ready? YouTube, Facebook, Periscope, Twitter, you all ready? All right, here we go. All right, now, this is kind of like a reassessment tool. And I don't care if you're a store clerk and you work in retail. I don't care if you're a waiter and you're home now. My heart goes out to all of you service workers that rely on the business of people in order for you to make your living. This is a very, very serious time, and that's why we're here to help. So the personal mission statement, it can be for anyone, a college student, an executive, a business owner, a freelancer, a solopreneur. Everybody should have a personal mission statement because it gives you that clarity and it helps you get towards a greater potential of success. So what I want you to do is follow a formula. I'm going to show you what that formula looks like. This is the personal mission statement formula. Now, Instagram, you're not going to be able to see this, so I'll break this down, but you can go and watch it on YouTube at the Never Settle Network. You'll be able to watch this at Never Settle Network. But this personal mission statement formula basically reads very simple. It's supposed to be brief, 1 to 2 sentences max. 1 to 2 sentences max. Very brief, to the point, and broad. A lot of people try to make their personal mission statement very specific. It doesn't need to be specific. Your specific things are for your goals and what you intend to achieve. This is going to be for a very broad mission statement for your life. And you'll see when I show you my example. And yes, on Instagram, I see you. Chira, I got you. I'll make sure that we post an image of this up on IG for you. All right, so listen to my personal mission statement. I want you to hear what mine sounds like. Just listen to this. To have fun creating opportunities. Okay, that's my what, right? To have fun creating opportunities using my communication skills to help the underdog build their self-worth and net worth. So listen to those lines really, really quickly because it's very easy. Basically, what I'm doing is the first thing you want to write down is you can write down 2 XYZ skills. What skills do you have? What's the XYZ outcome? Who are the people, the XYZ group of people you want to affect? And then with what XYZ details. So it's basically 4 things. Your skills, the outcome you're looking for, the group or the types of people you want to impact, or businesses or whatever, and the details, how you're going to do it. So now hear that again. Skills, outcome, the group of people, and the details. Now hear mine again. To have fun creating opportunities using my communication skills. That's my skills part. I'm a communicator. I'm a storyteller. I'm a motivator. I'm a teacher. I'm a mentor. I communicate. So I want to use my communication skills. I added the whole thing about having fun, creating opportunities on top of it, because I want to do stuff that's fun and I want to create opportunities for other people, but using my communication skills to help the underdog. That's my group of people. To help the underdog. People that don't have a roadmap. People that haven't had the success that they're looking for yet. People that need a mentor. People that need advice that they don't have to pay for in order to try to really make their thing happen. People that are struggling with their passion or how to monetize their great idea or want to change their job and quit their job and go do something they really want to go do now. Like many of you will not be going back to the same job. Many of you shouldn't be going back to the same job. 67% of you are unhappy and unfulfilled according to statistics and report that's out. You'll see this all on tomorrow's episode on the YouTube channel Never Settle Network. We go in deep on this whole thing and we spin your life around and we give you the tools and the advice so that you can get out of this 67% of you being unhappy. This is your moment to change your happiness. You don't have a better time to be able to get out of the bad situation that you're in. You just don't, people. Believe me with that. So, back to the personal mission statement. To have fun creating opportunities using my communication skills. That's my skills. To help the underdog. That's the group of people. Build their self-worth and net worth. That's the outcome. Now, if I wanted to take this further, I could actually say through content development, through events, through my service. Like you could add a little bit more to it, but it's that broad. It's very broad. To have fun creating opportunities using my communication skills to help the underdog build their self-worth and net worth. It's broad on purpose because now what that enables me to do is to be able to filter ideas, filter opportunities, and say, okay, if this doesn't create fun, if this isn't fun to do, if this isn't going to impact the underdog, and if this isn't utilizing my communication skills to help the underdog build up their self-worth or build up their income, their net worth, why are we doing it? What's the purpose for doing this? You see how it keeps you in line and on track and with your North Star? This is why a personal mission statement is very important to have. I would say get with your family, get them around the table, you come up with a few ideas and run it past them. Your family are stockholders. Your cousins, your brothers, your parents, your kids, they're stockholders. Share with them what your personal mission statement is. Use this time to create the clarity so that you can be better prepared when this too shall pass. Because this whole thing will pass. And then you're going to look back at this time and you're going to say, I should have done something more proactive. I should have been ready for this. I should have changed my life. I should have rerouted things. Make sense? All right, now look, just by writing this thing down, by the way, Dr. Gail Matthews says that you will increase the opportunity of achieving your goal by 40%. You will increase the opportunity of achieving your goal by 40% just by writing your personal mission statement down. So I want you to write it down. If you're in the chat and you think you know what your personal mission statement is, put it in the chat right now. I'll spend a couple of minutes critiquing it or giving you some advice if you think you know what it is. Normally this takes a lot more time. Some of you may know exactly what your personal mission statement is, and that's great. If you want me to take a look at it, put it in the chat on Instagram or put it in the chat on YouTube, and I'll give you some quick advice on that. But this, don't worry, this takes time. But this is today's homework. This is your exercise. I want you to be accountable to your next right move, and this is the right step. If you don't want to put in the work and you just want to watch this, this is the wrong session for you. Go watch somebody else. It's going to make you feel good for 15 minutes, and then you're going to be back to like watching, Netflix and chill again. All right? This is a proactive group. This energy right now, all of you that are here right now, are meant to be here. You're bringing collective energy. You're vibrating powerful energy so that we can take the steps. Do this work, people. Success is waiting for you. Do this work. All right. So, let me touch on one more thing. I wanted to mention that even though you are going to come up with this personal mission statement, it's okay for it to change. A lot of people get so caught up in the personal mission statement that they're afraid of what they may write because they're like, oh my gosh, this is it. I have to stick to this for the rest of my life. You don't have to stick to this for the rest of your life. You do need to respect it. And this is why you make it broad, so that a lot of things can fit into it that makes sense. But that you aren't going to be all over the place everywhere. So it's okay to change. That's natural if after a while things evolve. But if you don't have one and never done one, this is the time to create one. All right, let me check the chat, make sure I'm not missing anything. Okay. I think we're good on that side. Let me ask for questions at this point. Do you have questions on this whole idea of doing your personal mission statement? The lesson's over. I gave you what you need. For those of you that feel good, get it done. Hit me up in the DM on Instagram. I'll be reviewing the chat on YouTube. So I'll come in if you've been asking questions and I don't answer them live. I will go back into the chat and I will respond in text to your comments. So make sure that you are active on YouTube. And by the way, if you're on YouTube, make sure that you subscribe to the channel, Never Settle Network, because tomorrow, 10 a.m. tomorrow, Eastern Time, we launch the official new season of the Never Settle Show. It's going down. I'm telling you, where's my air horn? It's time. We got to do it. Hit it. It's going down, people. 10 a.m. tomorrow, Never Settle Network on YouTube. Live watch party. We can watch the show together. It is only going to take 26 minutes of your life. Short, powerful episode shot in a full studio with a live studio audience. It was shot months ago, and it's a perfect time to drop these episodes now. Every single Tuesday, new content. Shoot, there's a bunch of content on the YouTube channel right now waiting for you. What are you feeding yourself? All right, let's take questions. Today's lesson was on the personal mission statement. A little quick recap. We want to create a personal mission statement to give us the clarity of our next steps. The next steps in this time is not about big moves. During this transition, we're not about big moves. During this transition, we're about small, consistent, effective steps. Lots of people are talking about, I'm busy. Busy doing what? Busy doing what? Like, yeah, everybody, busy doing what? Like, are you effective or are you busy? So there's a very distinct difference. And I want you to be very laser focused and very effective. So that's what this whole Build Your Dream series is all about. We're going to touch on how you can start making money right now. We're going to touch on how you can start asking for people to give you advice, to get you connections. People are more available than they've ever been before. And if you aren't putting together your pitches, your ask, if you don't have a list of people that you want to approach, who are all the people that you've been wanting to talk to but can never get their time? Think big. Think big. I got a jazz musician and composer's son who wants to score films and is in there working and doing his thing. He's coming up with a list of names right now from Herbie Hancock on down to alumni of Juilliard or wherever else he wants to go to school, because he knows now is the time that I can reach people and get advice. Not everybody's going to respond, but if he hits 100 people and 10 respond, so my point to you is, it is really, I have ideas like this for all of you for days. For days. So every single day, I'm going to have a new lesson, a new strategy, a new tip, new advice, take your questions, and give you a takeaway and an exercise that you can go and execute so that you can actually be productive, so that you can take control of what you can take control over, and so that you can use this disruption that's happening to give you the ultimate direction. I'm pumped for you for being here, because that means you get it. That means you want it, and that means you need it, and that means you're willing to put in the work. The biggest word right now throughout this whole process is determination and commitment. That's 2 words. The biggest 2 words right now, determination and commitment. Determination means to do something when you don't feel like doing it. Many people don't feel like doing it. Get out of the pajamas, get in the shower, do your hair, fix your face, put some clothes on, let's get to work. Your first step, personal mission statement. Remember the 3 P's: perspective, patience, purpose. All right, let me check for questions, and then we're going to be wrapping up. Let me see. Let me go to YouTube first. Let me see if we got questions on YouTube first. Hey, Tachi, Alice Ann Williams is in there. Dr. Vibe is in there. Foamy Homies. Anybody else? Let me see if I'm seeing anything else in the chat. Live chat. Okay. Now I don't see any questions. I don't see any questions coming in on YouTube anyway. Let's see if Instagram's got some questions coming in. I'm trying to scroll really quick just to make sure. If you have questions, you better put it in really fast, because I'm not trying to keep people. I'm not trying to hold people up. So if you have questions, type it in really fast. I'll scroll. Even if you asked a question previously, it's hard for me to kind of scroll back and see. So re-ask that question. Just type it in real fast. I know there is a delay, so I'll also be a little bit. I'll take my time and let some of you get some time to get that in, but do it quick. Okay. All right. Yeah. This is one of those moments I'll let you guys come in and I'll just give you some other food for thought really quick. You've hit the roughest part in your life when it's the easiest time to quit. And I don't know if some of you know that, but you've hit the roughest time in your life when it's the easiest time for you to quit. All right, we got a question. Thank you, Shai. We got a question that came in from Mike Strebaum. How important is it to maintain a daily schedule? First up, what's up, Mike? Good to hear my boys in the building. I got to give you the air horn. First question of the day is coming in from Mike Strebaum. Mike, thanks, brother. Yes, how important is it to maintain a daily schedule? You're such a smart guy. So I appreciate you planting this seed, because I know that you follow your own advice, but you really are setting me up to really feed other people that may not understand the value and the importance of this question. You have to have a daily schedule. For the last 2 weeks, we've had a schedule. The minute this thing came into place, we had a schedule, albeit we had an advantage. The majority of our work has always been done from home. When we hire 30 people, we're hiring people from all over. When we hire for our show and for our other projects, our teams are remote. So I'm constantly traveling and on the move and going. So we already had a system. We've been building and running our business with employees for a decade. This is why I felt so compelled to teach you and share with you what we've learned. And we're in business together. I'm in business together with my partner, with my wife. So many of you are now dealing with being with your partner, your spouse, and you're with them all day long. And you're trying to figure this out because you don't get the breaks that you normally get. So we've figured all of this out. Separation of the boardroom to the bedroom. So the only way, the very first step, is to create a schedule. And it starts with actually getting dressed. So my tip for this is you must take a shower. You must get dressed. And I know some of you are like, Mario, I just love being in my PJs. I'm telling you, if you really want the right mindset, you have to shift. You cannot work in your PJs. You can be comfortable. Sure, be comfortable, but be dressed. Get yourself up. Do your routine. Many of you, for the first time, will get to actually get 6 or 7, maybe even 8 hours of sleep because you don't have a commute. Are you still only getting 4 or 5 hours of sleep? Why would you do that to yourself? This is your time to get full sleep. I have been coaching people in my mastermind session. I do it for free on Instagram all the time. I've been coaching people, and I've got some students in there right now that all I've had them do is change their sleeping habits, and their life has completely transformed. She's got new energy. She's doing hobbies and projects she's never done before. She's painting again. She's more available to her husband and to her kid. I'm telling you, like, schedule right now is the most important, because you're in one place, you're self-isolating, and it's easy to get off the schedule. So 3 quick things. Number 1, please get dressed fully. All right, set a time. Number 2, get 7 hours minimum sleep. There's no excuse to not get it. Maybe for babies, but get your 7 hours. Take a nap. And third, identify your workspace. We're going to do a whole theme about how to set up your workspace, but this is important. So yes, a schedule is critical. Put the kids on a schedule. Put yourself on a schedule. Schedule in free time. Schedule in breaks. Schedule in activities and hobbies and things you haven't done before. Go onto Amazon and go buy that puzzle, because you don't do puzzles enough. Go buy that board game. Like, think creatively. Go out and start that garden. Go build that deck. Like, build a schedule. Doesn't have to be all work. It just needs to have some kind of process and routine, and that's going to make you much more happier, lighter, and purposeful during this time. All right, let's grab some other questions real quick. Thank you for that. Alice Ann Williams says, new goal for Monday, create personal mission statement. Yes, do it, sister. Let's go. Ted says, exercise each morning for at least 1 hour. I'm not there with the 1 hour, but I am doing my 20 minutes every single day in the morning. But then we are like walking the dog and doing some stuff like that. Plus, we're going to be hopping on bikes. So yes, that is big. Like, get the body moving, because especially for those of you that are used to moving, getting in transit, walking city blocks, if you're not doing that and you're being sedentary, you're being at home, you're really slowing your body metabolism down. So yes, absolutely, Ted is dead on it. Okay. Terry Johnson, thank you for subscribing to the channel. Appreciate that. I just saw that pop up. All right, let me check Instagram real quick. Did I miss any questions over here? Trinity, I'm so sorry if I did. Baldhead Queen, good to see you in the building. She says, this is so good. Get the sleep you need. Yep. Let me see. Did I miss anything else? I think we got it all. How do I ship you a Jazz Metro Media tee? DM me, Marv. DM me. Smart marketing move, by the way. And I'm going to be talking about this. I'm going to be talking about smart marketing moves that you can do right now, how you can be using social media to your advantage, how you need to clean up your social networks and your profiles. What are the things that you need to prepare now so that when people start looking to hire, or when people start looking to collaborate, or when people start looking to do business, how do you need to position yourself so you can be there? That's what this whole thing is about. 11 a.m. Eastern Time, every single day, it's about positioning you to put you in the best position for success. Because you have to understand, this too will pass. And when it passes, where will you be? Were you working out? Were you built? When I mean working out, I'm talking about, were you working on your ideas? Were you building on your projects? Were you boning up your skills? Were you developing new tools? Were you getting more advanced? Are you ready to go to the next level? Like, this is the training season. This is the moment. This is it. This is where you never settle the most. So I want you to design a life that prioritizes your passions. So every single day, 11 a.m. Eastern Time, meet me here on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, Periscope, Twitter. My favorite's going to be the YouTube channel, because that's where we're pushing everything. We have over 100 pieces of content. We have several weeks of episodes, and podcasts. The Never Settle Live, this whole thing is going to be up there. We have so much content to give you what you, your family, your kids, what you need right now to get yourself to hustle mindfully. This is the most mindful moment that we've ever had. This is the most mindful reset that we've ever had. And if you don't use this mindful reset to reassess yourself, really think about what change you want to bring into your life. Really understand that you get to choose which energy you want to use when you wake up. What is the energy that you want to choose? What is the filter that you want to look through life when you wake up? Retreat? Hope it ends soon? Worry? Fear? Or opportunity? Create, build, develop, show, design, right? That's where we're at. That's where we're at. What has been okay, one question coming in from Christine. Let's see. What has been the biggest challenge for this launch versus the first one? I'll answer this really quick. The biggest challenge for this launch versus the first one. The biggest challenge for this launch was doing a new format. We completely threw out the format. Our supervising producer Mary came in and she just had this beautiful vision. And you know when someone brings you a vision that you're not ready for? You know when someone brings you a vision that you're not ready for? Those are the visions where you need to open yourself up. And when you're open, you can be flexible. And so we were open. And so I think the hardest thing really was accepting that we are going to do something completely different after already getting success. After already getting success off the first run. So, you know, when you get success off of doing something a certain way, you tend to say, I'm going to keep doing it that way. That's working. So to take the risk, was really, really big. But I'm glad you asked that because a lot of people need to hear that and not get complacent, evolve and grow. So I would say that was the biggest challenge, was making sure that you are open to hearing things that you may not really be ready for, but that you need to step into so that you can become ready. And that's what we did. When you're closed, when you're in retreat, when you're in fear, when you're in paranoia, you're closed. This isn't me making this up. This is us being a Neanderthal. This is us being a cave. This is how our brain, the neuroscience of our brain works. When you go into fear, you go into focus. This is why this is why so many people can get out of a fearful situation when they're like, oh, that person should have died. No, they became so focused that everything was about survival at that moment. And in that moment, they are like a laser, and they can see the only thing that they need to see in order to try to survive. When you live in fear or worry because of all the news that you're hearing, you start to hone in on just survival, just survival, just survival. But that is the lowest part of Maslow's hierarchy of needs. Maslow's hierarchy of needs starts with survival, food, rest, shelter, like, you know, cleaning your body. Like, you don't want to live down there. But if you tell yourself that's how bad it is, then you live down there. Really what you want to get to is self-actualization. You want to get to the best possible person that you can possibly be. But you got to go through other levels to get there. So, you know, when you're closed, you can't be open, is my point. And a lot of people right now, due to the fear, due to the paranoia, due to the worry, they're closed. When you are closed, ideas can't get to you. Thoughts can't enter your space. Your God, your spirit, your universe may be trying to knock on the door to give you something that you very well need right now in this moment, and you can't accept it because you're closed. Be comfortable being uncomfortable with this time. Have the right perception. Have the patience. Let's develop our purpose. Let's open ourselves up to be flexible so that we can be open. And let's use our personal mission statement to help guide our next decisions for our next right move. That's all we're doing every day. The next right move. You're not going to change everything overnight, just the next right move. So meet me here tomorrow, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. I really appreciate everybody that's been here. I'll go through the comments. And if I missed anything, I'll write back. DM me on Instagram if you've really been enjoying this. And don't forget, tomorrow it's going down. If you want to be a part of the live watch party and watch the show on YouTube, go to the Never Settle Network on YouTube. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the notification bell. Shoot, send me a screenshot that you did it. All right, like let's make this thing happen. Okay, I really, really appreciate all of you being here, and I think I'll wrap by just saying it's time for you to design a life that prioritizes your passions, and it's time for you to look in the mirror and say, these are the things I really would like to have for my life, and the things I really would like to change for myself. Mario is a mentor. He's going to be here for me every single day. He now has a community of people that are also like me, wanting to do something for myself, wanting to do something for my family, wanting to do something for my legacy, wanting to be prepared for what my next right moves are, so that as I continue to take action, new opportunities are going to start to unfold for me. This is going to be big. In 2 weeks, 3 weeks, I don't know how long it is, but I'm committed to it. And I'm telling you, I'm with you. I'm riding your day one throughout this whole entire thing. And you're going to see so much change. And you're going to be so happy. And you're going to start feeling different. And you're going to start looking different. And you're going to start thinking different. And you're going to be ready. No. I'm not coming back to the old me. No. I'm not dealing with that 67% of unhappiness. No. I'm not. No. I'm not. No. I'm changing my relationships. No. Every time I come up with a good idea, you keep dream killing on it. I'm not sharing those ideas with you anymore. I got this community over here called Build Your Dream series with the Never Settle family. I'm gonna share my ideas with them because they're gonna give me some positive critique. They're gonna give me positive feedback. New home right here. Never Settle Network on YouTube, 11 a.m. Eastern Time. Everyone have a wonderful, wonderful start to your Monday. Get your personal mission statement going. If you get stuck during the process, hit me up on Instagram in the DM, and I will get you what you need to get you through this. All right? Remember this. People will do more to avoid a loss than to make a comparable gain. In these times, people will do more to avoid a loss than to make a comparable gain. I'm going to let you sit on that one while you work on your personal mission statement. All right. Peace and love, family. Never settle. Out.